2 of the build of transforming a geared cycle into an electric dirt bike. Now in week 2 we make a detailed list of all the parts we will require, all the resources we will require, all the equipment we will require, and we try and contact the manufacturers, the suppliers, and ask them about their product details. So week 2 is all about doing the calculations, doing the analysis on our build, so that ahead on the build we will face much lesser problems, much lesser issues. I found out that many manufacturers actually provide an entire kit which has one e-bike 24 volt 250 watt DC gear motor, one e-bike controller, lithium ion battery charger, throttles, throttle handle, LED light with horn, brake levers, mounting plate, axles, chains, sprocket and keys. So the entire e-bike kit with all the equipment will cost 7,000 rupees. You can see it over here. Now let's see how much the battery will cost. I want a lithium ion battery of 24 volt 12 Ah 250 watt, and they told me that the price range from 7,000 rupees to 8,000 rupees. Now that will add up our build cost to over 14,000 rupees. So I just contacted the motor manufacturer and asked him what is the dimension of your motor, because we can either fit the motor over here or we can take out the front sprocket and fit the motor over here. Now what he says is that my motor dimensions are 14 to the height and 12 for the width. So 14 to the height and 12 to the width is very difficult to fit in this space over here. Now I don't know what we are going to do, but if we move the motor a little bit on top, the motor can fit over here, just cut to cut over here. Now if we fit the motor above the sprocket, it will be very difficult for us to run a chain drive system to this sprocket and deliver the power to the rear wheel. Thinking is, if in some way we could fit a sprocket on this shaft, like remove these pedals, fit a sprocket on this shaft, mount the motor over here and run a chain drive system to it, so that when the motor rotates, this shaft will also rotate, the sprocket will rotate, and it will deliver power to the rear wheels. Plus we will get these 3 levels of gear to play around with. What I'm trying to do now is gather enough information about electric motors, batteries, controllers and all the systems, so that we can turn this cycle into an electric dirt bike. So we have finalized on a plan for the build. So what we are going to do is, the electric motor, we are going to place the electric motor over here, because according to the dimensions which were given by the company, the electric motor is not possible to be fitted over here, and it makes no sense to fit an electric motor over here and like run a chain drive, because there will be too much tension in the chain and the chain might snap. So what we have decided is, we are going to fit the electric motor over here. What that means is, like, these are the front pedals and this is the rear sprocket, this is the front sprocket, and inside that front sprocket there is one axle or one shaft which goes through it. So what we will do is, we will fit an electric motor above this whole front sprocket system, and we will put one sprocket over here and a second sprocket over here, and we will run a chain drive system through that. So because of that, what will happen is, this electric motor will rotate this shaft, the front sprocket will get rotated and the rear sprocket will get rotated, hence turning the wheels. And we will also get the front 3 gears and the behind 7 gears to play around with, and to remove maximum power out of that motor. And what we are thinking is, we will remove these pedals, only let this shaft be over here. So like there will be only a shaft rotating and a motor on top, and we will cover everything with a nice piece of metal, so that when we are riding it, it will be completely safe and like leg will not go into it and all. So what we are taking is, we are taking a BLDC motor, gear motor 24 volt 250 watt. We will have to design a custom holding clamp to place the motor over here firmly, and what we will do is, we will fit the battery below the cycle frame, and a cycle frame has a curved frame below. So what we will have to do is, we will have to create a curved sheet metal surface, and inside that we will have to make a rectangular box which has these two batteries, and we will have to make a open and close system, so that when we want to remove the battery, we can just remove the flap, take out the batteries, charge them, put it back in. And we will fit the controllers and everything over here. So this will be the battery, this will be the controller, this will be an open close system for the box, and this full box will be placed over here. Now this full box will have to be made out of sheet metal, so that even when we are riding on rough surfaces and even if some rocks and all hit it, there will be no problem, because it is sheet metal and it will completely protect the cycle. And what we will do is we will run all the wiring through this, take it on top, run it through a throttle, and we will need a kind of a digital speedometer which can show us how much battery charging is left, so that we don't run out of charge. So the planning phase is done. We have done all the necessary calculations. We have contacted manufacturers. Now the problem is the electric motor will cost us 7,000 rupees and the batteries will cost us 7 to 8,000 rupees. That will take a total bill cost to over 15,000 rupees. And 15,000 rupees just for parts. We don't know how we are going to do this build in a lesser price, but that's the real challenge, we like taking challenges. We like doing such builds which are actually impossible to do. We like doing such kind of stuff which people think are crazy. What we are trying to do is we will call these different manufacturers and try and get a better deal on the electric motor and on the electric batteries. Till then, what you guys can do is you can support the channel, you can subscribe to it, you can like our videos, you can share our videos to a friend who likes such modifications, who likes building electric dirt bikes, who likes such crazy stuff. The more you support our channel, the more help it will be to us to keep continuing our builds, to keep making videos, to keep making content. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys like this video. In the next video, what we will do is we will try and source parts for this electric cycle. Till then, stay tuned to Smokey's Garage. I'll see you in the next video.